He is alone against the whole world, a fight for survival. The world's #1 action movie. John Wick, Chapter 4 Explained, a comprehensive breakdown of the entire movie in English. John Wick uncovers a path to defeating the High Table. But before he can earn his freedom, Wick must face off against a new enemy with powerful alliances across the globe and forces that turn old friends into foes. In New York City, John Wick prepares to exact his revenge against the High Table while hiding underground with the Bowery King. He travels to Morocco and kills the Elder, the one who sits above the table. In response, the Marquis Vincent de Gramont, a senior member of the High Table, summons New York Continental Hotel manager Winston and his concierge, Sharon. De Gramont advises Winston that the entire High Table has given him unlimited resources to find and kill John Wick. He chastises Winston for his failure to assassinate John. As punishment, De Gramont strips Winston of his duties as manager, declares him excommunicado, has the Continental destroyed, and executes Sharon. De Gramont then travels to Paris and enlists Kane, a blind, retired High Table assassin and old friend of John's, to kill him, threatening to murder Kane's daughter otherwise. John takes refuge at the Osaka Continental, run by his friend Shimazu Koji. De Gramont's assassins, led by his right-hand man Chitty, arrive with Kane to kill John. Akira, Koji's daughter and the hotel's concierge, orders the hotel evacuated and joins her father, John, and the hotel's staff in fighting off the High Table's assassins, leading to Akira being wounded. In his escape, John fights off another wave of assassins, followed by Kane. They are interrupted by a tracker, a term for a bounty hunter, who calls himself Mr. Nobody. John returns to New York and meets with a vengeful Winston at Karen's gravesite. Winston suggests that John challenge de Gramont to a duel, as winning will free. Per the table's traditions, John can only request a duel on behalf of a crime family. As he previously severed his ties to the Ruska Roma, John travels to their headquarters in Berlin to rejoin the syndicate. His adoptive sister Katia agrees to bring John back in exchange for him. John infiltrates Killa's nightclub, but Killa, already informed of the hit on him by Kane, sets up an ambush via a rigged poker match. John escapes and kills Killa, taking one of his golden teeth as a trophy, and regains his status in the Ruska Roma. John then formally challenges de Gramont through Winston, who also requests the New York Continental rebuilt with him reinstated as manager should John win. In Paris, John and de Gramont decide the parameters of their duel in a meeting moderated by the Harbinger, the table's emissary. De Gramont nominates a reluctant Kane to fight in his place. The duel is to take place with dueling pistols on the following sunrise at Sacré-Cœur. The Harbinger informs John that both he and Winston will be executed should he fail to appear on time. The Bowery King arrives in Paris to give John a weapon and a new ballistic suit. De Gramont attempts to prevent John from arriving at the duel by placing a $26 million bounty on him. John fights off hordes of assassins on his way to Sacré-Cœur, including Mr. Nobody, who negotiates the bounty with de Gramont up to $40 million but stops hunting John after he saves the tracker's dog from being killed by Chitty. Kane aids John in fighting his way up the stairs leading to the Sacré-Cœur. Chitty nearly kills John, but is killed by a vindictive Mr. Nobody. John and Kane narrowly reach the summit in time for the duel. Each inflicts serious wounds on the other through 3 rounds of dueling, with the 3rd round ending with John being mortally wounded but not firing his 3rd round. Demanding the right to administer the coup de grace, de Gramont swaps places with Kane for the 4th round, but John, with his still-chambered gun, shoots and kills him. The Harbinger grants Kane and John their freedom from the High Table and reinstates Winston's position. John reflects over his marriage and life, before peacefully succumbing to his injuries. Sometime later, Winston and the Bowery King bid farewell to John, having buried him next to his late wife, Helen. In a post-credits scene, Kane returns to Paris to reunite with his daughter but is approached by the vengeful Akira, who brandishes a weapon.